Okay, in this step, I'm going to show you how to add the title of your movie in a special motion graphic without having it too distracting. Okay, so I'm going to choose, I'm going to give you some non-examples, and then I'm going to show you the one that I'm actually going to go with. So the title, I went with this movie. Let's watch it. There's no audio yet. Actually, that Larry Joe film should move down a bit. So I'm going to double click it. So anytime you want to edit something, just double click it. It should go right on the horizon. There. Now save. All right, cool. So remember I told you in the last video, the previous video, how I watched these type of Lifetime movies. Some of them are kind of crazy. Some of them are called like Psycho Nanny and Psycho Sister-in-Law. Um, they're kind of like these types of women, you know, and I don't know. I hate to be like kind of just judging it like that, but you know, the movies that I watch, novelas, they're very scandalous. So I'm gonna call this one Twisted Sister. Okay, the name of the movie. So Twisted Sister is like maybe she came back to visit. She's a long lost twin sister maybe, and she's the black sheep of the family, and she's coming back and she's visiting family and she's just out for a run. And I'm gonna call this one Twisted Sister. Okay, so I'm not gonna use any slashing type of movie. I don't want it to get too much from it because I'm really like I just want the title and then everything else. I'm gonna have my movie be the star of it, not my graphics. So let me show you how some of these won't work with it. So if I do this one, okay, and I type it in there and call it Twisted Sister, click save, and let's press back. Let me see. Larry Joe film, Twisted Sister. Yeah, I guess that works, but it's not really something that I want for it. And you can always change the color. So I'm going to change the color to match maybe something in here. And the thing is, that's what I miss about having the other Final Cut or Adobe, is that you can choose a color to match here. So, but now I have to eye it. So I'm going to just maybe, I don't know. It's those little the black outline, that's what throws me off. So maybe I'll go with, I would choose red actually, because you know, red, twisted, but that red is too bright. There's always a color. There's a color theme to movies that you need to, we should learn about, but you learn about that in college and in more of your advanced studies of filmmaking. But I'm gonna keep it to there and see how that looks. Twisted Sister, and the emphasis is on twisted. And actually, in graphic design, if you watch the news, if there's like a car accident or something, they have a graphic in the background. They usually show like tires screeching, like as a graphic behind the person, the news anchor. Like if they're doing a story, their graphic matches what the story is. So same thing here with the font. If I want to do like a more say like a diabolical font or something like that, I can, but it's not going to really match. See, it doesn't really match the storyline, at least this type of movie that I'm doing. So that's why I'm keeping it basic. Okay, I don't want it to throw it off too much. So this one's True Crimes, it's called, because it has that. I guess I'll keep it like that because it shows the emphasis on twisted, like she's crooked and she's like crazy, like that girl from Get Out, right? The movie Get Out. I don't know if you ever seen it. She's crazy, right? She who eats at the end of the movie, who eats Fruit Loops with cereal separate, right? If you guys have seen it, if you guys noticed that part. All right. So I don't really like that one. It can get away with it for this one, but for example, if I wanted to use the star in it and replace it, see, it doesn't really go with it. So remember to ask me for help in this area, because I don't want this to take away from your title. So the one I'm going to use for this one is right here. I'm going to use this one. It's simple. It has that. Then it has that little line across the middle, like a slash, maybe like a knife, right? See, Twisted Sister. And I'm going to actually edit that, double click it, and make this Twisted bigger, because this one, they're going to make them opposite. And click manual. I'm going to go to 125 because it's 138 over here, so I'm going to use around, I don't want it that big. Then click manual, and then make this one smaller at 100. So the emphasis is on Twisted. Okay, maybe even just go ahead and go with the 140. It said 135, 138. There we go. Now I'm going to play it back. Here comes the title, Twisted Sister. It should say starring and then coming in, but I'm not going to stress on that too much. So there we have, here come the credits, right? Casting director and so forth. All right, cool. So now here's the issue now. It's supposed to be a minute, so we're short. We got to somehow open it up. So here's a trick. And I'll show you the next video, okay? So this ends this video. Next video we'll get into more of the tricks.